I don't see how you can hate from outside of the club. You can't even get in. Leg out. Yellow model cheat. Yellow bottle.
And now, presenting the awesomest project in the world, Richard Nguyen.
Hey guys, Richard Nguyen here, presenting my project for algebra class. I promised Miss Mann that I would have an animated presentation for this project, but I really didn't have that much time to accomplish it, so my mouth won't be moving when I talk. So my goal for this whole video was to wow you with my awesome video editing skills, effects, and animations, but also tell you more about
Standard number 3. Students solve equalities and inequalities using absolute value.
Okay, yeah, what he said. So, if you guys don't remember, this is what an equality or inequality problem would look like. Yeah, remember this? Remember this? Yeah. Now, solving it is easy, just like you would do with a normal equation. So, since x is emo, we must make it alone and independent. Doing so, we will subtract 3 to both sides, and then we'll end up with 2x is greater than 2. Then we would divide it, and the answer would be x is greater than 1. So now here comes the question. When in this lifetime will we ever come across inequalities again? Well, my friends, you are in for a surprise. It seems that after months of painful research, this is what I've come up with. Inequalities that are in an algebra book may not be useful in the real world. However, the truth that comes with the practice of solving inequalities will be useful in the real world. Many of us use inequalities without even knowing we are. When we go into the store and we are looking at earrings, shoes, or food, or any item for that matter, we think about the amount of money we have, and then we calculate in our heads the largest amount of the items we can buy with the money we have. We also use the logic of equalities when trying to meet certain criterion, either in competitions or when applying for the scholarship we are hoping to receive. We calculate in our heads what obstacles we must overcome, and then come up with a solution that solves the question of whether we need to be above or below the guidelines required. That means greater or less than the guidelines. Here's an example. Let's say I have at most $100 in my pocket. I want to buy 2 pairs of shoes that are $40 each, but I also want to buy as many pairs of underwear that cost $4 each. How can I figure out how much underwear I can friggin' buy? Inequalities, of course. I know the phrase at most means less than or equal to. Now, I can set up an inequality statement that helps me figure out how many pairs of underwear I can buy. So, now I reveal to you the equation. 2 times 40 plus 4u is less than or equal to $100. Remember, I want 2 pairs of shoes for $40, but I want to find out how many pairs of underwear I can buy too. So I'm going to let the variable u be underwear. And remember, I have $100 or less in my pocket. So how do we figure this out? Simple. First, let's multiply 2 by 40 and get that out of the way first. So my answer will be 80. Then, I want to get 80 out of the way by subtracting it to both sides of the equation. 100 minus 80 is 20. And if each pair of underwear would cost $4 and I have at most $20 in my pocket left, that means I could afford 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 pairs of underwear. Sweet. So my final answer is u is less than or equal to 5. Of course, many of us can automatically set up inequalities in our heads that look like the example above, but we do solve inequalities in our heads almost every day. As an algebra student, it gets frustrating to constantly hear, "When will we ever use this?" But hopefully, this will help you realize that inequality sentences like the one above may not be used every day, but the reasoning behind the problems will pop up, and knowing how to solve them will help you in the future.
Boys call you sexy, and you don't care what they say. See every time you turn around, you say the bone. Now I've got a confession. When I was young, I wanted attention. And I promised myself that I'd do anything at all for them to notice me.